Hello and welcome back to my channel. Here we like to do things budget friendly, and if you are like me and have champagne taste but on a beer budget, these videos are for you. Today is another Temu haul, and hopefully we can recover from last video. This time I'm going to try to keep the lipstick off my teeth. Hopefully we have some things here that I will enjoy and that you will enjoy. I haven't even taken them out of the packages, not even to inspect them or take a look at them or anything. So this is going to be almost 100% first impressions. Fingers crossed we don't have a train wreck that we did similar to last video. So, can Temu bring me back into the fold? We'll find out. I'm hopping in here real quick because I want to tell you about an amazing opportunity that I was given. Wigshi is a human hair company that reached out to me and wanted to know if I could do a review for you on one of their 100% real human hair wigs. And because they are an affordable human hair wig company, I said, absolutely, why not? I like to bring you guys options, and affordability is my number one most important thing that I like sharing with you. And why Wigshi is affordable, even though the prices are a little bit high, as far as what you have seen from me, is because real human hair wigs from a lot of companies will go thousands of dollars, and the human hair wig that I chose to show you today is under $800. So let me tell you a little bit more about Wigshi. Wigshi is a company that dedicates themselves to having solutions for women who are losing their hair either naturally with age, with health conditions, or if you just want to change up your look because you're not satisfied with your everyday bio hair, or if you are like me and you just like to play with fashion, and wigs are another extension of how you feel you look best in any particular outfit. Their hair is 100% real human hair. They do have a return policy. Some exclusions will apply. For example, wigs that are on clearance, or when you cut the lace on a wig, that will make it void for any returns. Each wig is 100% customizable. You can choose what type of lace you would like, what length of hair, what color of hair. You can select the density of your hair, the wig cap size, and you can also select items like fully bleached knots, which is what I did. I selected a fully bleached knot wig. I will get into the cap construction with you, but I also just want to let you know that Wigshi is a company that, again, real human hair, and they are inexpensive. And one of the ways that they can cut down on costs is that they will make in-house their wigs. They will make their own wigs in-house and send it to you all together through the same company. So that's just one way of cutting out a cost, is by eliminating the middleman. Now, this wig in particular did take about 40 days to make because the knots are all hand tied. So just FYI on that, don't expect something to arrive at your doorstep lickety split. They do take a little bit of time because they are designed as you've requested them to be customized. Each individual wig is prepared to your liking, to your customizations, and hand tied specifically just for you. With my wig, I did receive one of these HD lace wig cap bands. I love these. I love these. And they selected this lighter tone for me, which is fine. You can always get different color wig cap bands, but for me, the band doesn't matter so much as this. This is what matters to me. I like to have that that clear portion here so that when I put on a wig and I put a part, I can adjust this to wherever I want my part to be and it'll look more natural. So I did receive that. Oopsies, dropping things. I also received my wig nicely packaged in a baggie that looks like this with the Wigshi logo on it. So you can store it in a baggie if you would like. And then of course it was all packaged very pretty, like in this little pink box, beautifully bowed up for me. And then also they included a beautiful thank you note. So let's talk about the cap construction. Here is my wig. The only thing that I've done to this so far is trim the lace so that I can put it on my noggin and you can see what it looks like without me having to fiddle fart with that lace. So inside, you'll be able to see the knots are hand tied. So it'll look a little bit different than one of my synthetic wigs would, where it's machined in there. It is a closed wefted cap. It does have several combs. There are two types of combs though. You have one comb up here. So if you were to not wear a wig grip, you could attach this to the back of your hair back up here. There are these types of clips on the sides where your ear tabs are that pop open and pop closed. And then of course there is a clip in the back like that. And then you do have your adjusters, your typical adjuster bands. And when I opened up the package, this smells really nice. Of course, because it's human hair, they have to wash it and treat it and all of that stuff. And it does smell, it smells like salon care, like shampoo and conditioner. So it has a very lovely fragrance to it. And I did pick up, it's called the Brown Balayage. I ordered this in an 18-inch length with 100% or 120% density. The HD lace in this came in the Swiss tulle lace line. So this is what the lace looks like close up. Let me see if I can get my hand under there so that you can see. It's very, very, very transparent. It's like almost clear. It doesn't really have any specific color. So for any skin tone, I think this is going to work really, really well. Then of course you can choose what type of lace space that you wanted. And I did choose the more full lace front. And then I did pick an average size wig cap. I'm not quite petite, but I'm not like average. I'm kind of in between. So they are still adjustable for that. And then of course, like I said, the fully bleached knots. So let me put this on for you and show you what it looks like out of the box. Here's what it looks like out of the box. My partner Israel says that this is probably one of the most natural looking wigs that I have in my stash. Obviously with good reason because it's human hair. But here's the lace front. It is barely detectable. Barely detectable. And then of course, you've got that large parting space. I have a hair tool turned on, preheating, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. And the little fan doohickey bobber decided that it was going to kick in on me. So you have a large parting space that you can part your hair. It wants to kind of sit in the center because that's kind of how it came to me. But you can part it pretty much wherever you want. Or if you are just a hair fidgeter like me, you know, you could do your hair fidgeting, your hair tossing. But this is the 18-inch length. Front, side, and then back. Now, with human hair wigs, I'm going to throw this out here. When you look at the pictures online, don't expect it to come like that, okay? Human hair is going to behave like human hair, right? You get it wet, it doesn't hold its curl, okay? When you when you have a synthetic wig, let me stick a pin in that, rewind. When you get a synthetic wig, they have it pre-styled, and it will hold that style until you heat treat it again. Whereas human hair, you have to do all the things with it. You have to style it and so on and so forth, but the style can potentially fall out, which is most likely what had happened. Well, in transit and processing, you've got it wrapped in a bag, you've got it bundled up, you've got it in a box. You know, it will hold the shape that it has been in, similar to if you put a ponytail holder in your hair and it gets that kink, or if you braid your hair and it gets that kink, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to style this hair, but I think what I would like to do is straighten it, because I really like straight hair, but with my synthetic wigs, it tangles a lot. It tangles a lot, it tangles too easily, it becomes a tangled mess, and it's hard to maintain. But this is really easy. Obviously, human hair, it's a lot easier to run my fingers through, not a whole knotted mess, right? And then I also wanted to address with you the ear tabs. I did not have to cut any ear tabs. So this standard cap fits me perfectly. It fits right around my ears. It doesn't hang over my ears. There was nothing I needed to cut off on that. All I did was trim the lace around to meet up with the hair. That's it. That's all I did. So this is very comfortably fitting for an average size. Also want to throw it out there that with the selections that I made, this hair will start off in the 500s, but this overall, with all the selections that I made, density, cut, color, length, lace, cap, bleach knots, you name it, this wig was $754.99. So again, under that $1,000 price point for a full human hair wig. So let me put this on my Deborah. I'm not going to straighten it on my head. If I can take my hair off my head and heat treat it, that's what I'm going to do. Because you guys, I have these shaky hands, and they'll twitch on me just randomly, and almost always when I'm right around here, and I will burn myself. So if I can take my hair off and put it on Deborah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to straighten it for you a little bit on camera. Got some pins in Deborah's head. They're just these little wig pins. They look like little T's. If you can kind of see that, they look like little T's. I've got some pins in Deborah's head so that she'll hold on to my wig for me. I do have Nexus Salon Crafted Hair Care. I've got this on clearance a while back. It is a heat protect spray. I'm going to be doing this because this is human hair. This is human hair, and I don't want it ruined. So I want to do what I can to protect it while I heat treat it with my tool. And the tool that I'm going to be using today is going to, it's the Lange or Lange. It's this guy. It's this guy. This is the one that I had picked up over at Walmart so that you can do your synthetic wigs, because with synthetic wigs, you want to heat it up and then let it cool in place for it to hold its shape. Human hair wigs, you don't have to do that, okay? Human hair wigs, you just do the same thing you do with your normal hair. Easy peasy, no muss, no fuss. and I've got it set on 320 degrees. So it's kind of that medium setting. So again, with this, it's going to be very similar to a human hair in so many ways. The only thing that I would say to be careful with this about is because you can damage it too much heat treating, just the same as you would your natural bio hair, is going to cause the ends to fray. And there really is no way to seal these like you can on a synthetic wig by heating it up and then melting it back closed, okay? So you have to treat these kind of with kid gloves. So that's why I have it on a lower setting with my heat treat, and just running it through with no pressure. I'm not, I'm not doing anything crazy with it. I'm doing kind of like thinner portions, and I'm getting a very beautiful straight hair. So I am going to continue doing this throughout the wig, and then I'm going to show it to you on straightened. What do you guys think of the final result? So again, human hair, easy to run my fingers through now that it's straight. I think it's a little bit more of what I was looking for, but I do have, can you see, all of these little flyaways. So here's what I'm going to do. I do the same thing with my synthetic wigs, is I have this Kiss Color Care Edge Fixer Maximum Hold Hair Wax Stick in Sweet Peach. I am just going to put some on my fingers, and I am going to train those off of my face. I'm just running that wax through the hair, and then that will take care of the flyaways, smooth down the frizz, not adding too much product. And there we have it. You'll kind of see throughout here the highlights and the lowlights with all of the different colors in there. Obviously you've got a little bit more up at the top where it's a little bit more face framing up here. But, I mean, I don't know that I have any kind of wig that matches my hair color the closest, that looks the most natural, the most realistic. What do you guys think? Now, of course, you guys, if you are interested in purchasing a wig from Wigshi, I do have a coupon code. I put it up on the screen here. I will also have it in the description box down below, as well as a direct link to this particular wig if you are interested in picking one up. I do want to let you know that if you do order through the website using my code, I will get a 5% commission on each wig sold with my code. So if you are ordering and you are using my code, I appreciate that so much, but I just wanted to give you full transparency that I will earn a little bit of kickback if you order using my code. But great big thank you to Wigshi for reaching out to partner with me today with this beautiful wig. I love it. And it is one of Israel's favorites because he says it looks the most natural on me. So I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Let's talk about some more sleep facts. This one is about groundhogs. It says Groundhogs are one of the few animals that truly hibernate in a dormant state where their heart rate drops to 5 beats per minute, also known as woodchucks or whistle pigs. That's a new one. Groundhogs are also known as woodchucks or whistle pigs. Groundhogs also grow their incisors 1/16 of an inch each week, and their burrows can go on for 20 feet underground and can have up to a dozen entrances. Just in case you wanted to know a little bit more about your friendly groundhogs. So let's start off this Temu haul by letting you know that this is all local warehouse. These are items that I can link in the description box down below for you guys. I do want to say, I would not have purchased these if it wasn't for the fact that I had a bunch of Temu credits, because this order was not cheap. Not cheap by any means. So these items were more than $10 per piece. So with as many pieces as I have, ergo, this order was expensive. It is split up into 2 orders. I ordered tops from one local distributor and then shorts from another local distributor. And with my Temu circle, with my rewards and all of that stuff, I was able to get the shorts for extra super duper dirt cheap. So I was able to put these outfits together, kind of recycling some past money, so on and so forth. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. So here's what I had to do. I would find an article of clothing that I was on the hunt for, and basically just boho chic, type it into the description box, look at a bunch of things that caught my eye, add them to cart. And because I didn't want to do local warehouse, local warehouse, local warehouse, local warehouse, then what I would do once it's in my cart is tap the little local warehouse icon that's in the description in your cart before you check out. And then it'll bring up all the different things that that local distributor sells. And if I couldn't find enough either to diminish the shipping fee, or if I just didn't find enough in that local warehouse and then I had to buy from a second local warehouse, so on and so forth, I would just delete that item, move on to the next. It was a process. And this was kind of like a week, 2 weeks worth of hunting to get it all put together for us. But just to know, just to let you know, it was a process, you guys. It was a process, and I didn't enjoy the process. I didn't enjoy the prices. I didn't enjoy the process. But in just kind of taking a look at these bags, like I said, I didn't open them, nothing. They're still all sealed. From what I can see, the quality looks to be pretty decent. So fingers crossed, at least we have that. Okay, before we move forward, I'm like, lipstick in the teeth? Look in my mirror. I don't think so. Also want to throw it out there that I was able to receive a price adjustment on the shorts that I had picked up, not the tops. So somewhere along the line, the shorts had dropped down in prices, but the shirts did not. And these are all kind of boho summer themed articles, but what I can tell you is I did kind of go over to Target and Walmart and see if I could find the theme of the clothing that I was looking for, and sadly, it's not out there like it used to be. I think now the fashion is where you had the 90s crop top type baby doll t-shirts that came, they're everywhere. Boho chic is kind of not out there anymore. So sadly, if you wanted to do boho chic, you kind of have to do online now, thrift stores, maybe boutiques that specialize in that sort of thing. I did find some of these pieces on Amazon, FYI. So you can take a picture, you can insert that into Amazon. Amazon will find it for you. If you have an account with Amazon, that means you do not have to pay $2.99 shipping fee per product that you order. Also, throwing it out there, because this was local warehouse, fast shipping. No. It was not fast shipping. It took weeks to get here. So if these items are on Amazon, why then did it take so long? Why then? did it take so long? I have so many questions. I have so many questions. And unless Temu comes back to its normal, fantastic Temu state, I may not be buying much more from Temu, you guys. Because like I said, this was not a cheap experience. Not like we are used to. And it was not fast shipping like they profess to be. And if I have to buy from local warehouse and I'm only limited to avoid $2.99 shipping per item, having to go through local warehouse and finding only what I want from one distributor, it's a pain and it's not enjoyable. So I really hope that Temu gets their spit together and gives us back our Temu that we love. That's what I want to see. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let me show you what I got. And I am actually excited for these pieces because there's some in here that I was totally drooling over. So let me see if you have the same ideas that I do and see what you think. All right, so this first one, did I pick this? I picked this up in a small. Maybe it was the only one available because I usually pick up mediums. So I also know that kind of with this boho chic stuff, it's going to be a little bit more oversized. Also, because it is on local warehouse and not shipped directly from Temu, sizing may be different. The other thing I noticed while I was looking at these is that some of them, clearly not this one, have tags on them. Yes, here. They have tags on them and they have like their brand name on it. So that's kind of interesting. That kind of gives us a little bit more quality. But this one is just a very lightweight, longer sleeve, but it has all these different materials that kind of look like a quilt to it. And then the star has these little beads on it, these little pearl-esque beads. What may have really kind of been nice to see is that they would have used, if they would have used these brads here and maybe tucked in a shoelace or something like that to kind of give it a little extra something. That doesn't mean you can't though. I mean, come on. Who doesn't have a gajillion shoelaces lying around the house? If you have as many shoes as I do, you probably have a gajillion shoelaces lying around your house. But for it being a small, this is pretty oversized. So with it being the fashion, with it being local warehouse, with it being a better quality, I am sure that the mediums that I got may be more oversized than I anticipated. So maybe this small is going to be a great idea. Next item, I did pick this up in a small again. And let's see. Oh, this one even has the silica gels in it, even has some tissue paper in it. I mean, is it double the price packaging worth? I don't know. The hoodie on this is very lightweight. All of the material on this is very lightweight. It kind of all has the same type of patchwork on it where it's all kinds of just different materials sewn together. Seams are pretty decent. The buttons on here are kind of cute. The buttons are, you know, not just a basic bland button. So I think so far, quality-wise, I'm pretty impressed with these. This even has a little bit of, let's see, embroidery work on it, as well as I saw some lace. I saw some lace trim on there. There was one that I really liked, and it was in a different color and a different distributor. But again, I was trying to keep everything within the same distributor, thinking that, you know, everything would come together, as well as avoiding shipping fees, all that, you know, all that jazz. But this one is going to be a short sleeve, but it's going to be a really kind of like a droopy one that might look like a 3/4 sleeve once you put it on. So can't wait. I can't wait. So far so good. Next up is a mauve pink, which they call in the color blush. I did pick this one up in a medium. Again, I'm like opening this on camera so you get my full first impressions. And these, like, again, they all came from the same distributor, but they all have different tags on them. So like this one is, what is that? New in quality above value. I wonder what these are made out of. Maybe I should be telling you that too. Are there tags to tell me? Let's see. You would think that there's going to be like more cotton and stuff in these. Polyester spandex, 25%. Oh, there's cotton. There's some cotton in there. So this one is a nice flowy t-shirt with a V-neck. We've got like the open, breathable portion on the back. Highly recommend tank tops for these, which is why I'm wearing this pinky tank top to go under most of these so I can cover up my bra straps. But so far so good. I like the additional hemming at the bottom. Although it is all one color, it has all these different elements of texture in here so that it's not just a bland, boring t-shirt. And that's kind of what I was looking for as well. Things with character, things that weren't just bland and boring, things that had just a little extra pop to it, but also very feminine, very flowy, very forgiving for different body types. Very airy, breathable for hotter days, so on and so forth. So let's break into the next one. It is a size medium in the color sage, and I'm really liking these green tones. I really enjoy doing like the army greens and sagey greens, and this one is another one of the same brand that I just showed you. I think it's New Win, W-I-N is what it looks like. Let's see, what is this one made out of? Let's see here, 95% cotton, 5% spandex. All right. Okay, we can kind of justify prices a little bit more here. Cotton says breathable to me, which is good because if I'm going to be wearing this in the summer with the amount that I sweat, this is going to be perfect. So medium. These are really pretty big sizes. So depending on how this looks, in the pictures, yes, they did look kind of oversized on the models. I want to achieve that look, but I also don't want to look like I'm really wearing something that's way too oversized. So I don't know, maybe I should have read the descriptions a little bit more to see if maybe going down a size would have been appropriate. But when we get to the try-on, guys, if you are roughly my size and you say, I think that's a little bit too big for you, Faith, but I do like it and I'm gonna buy it for myself, I'm your size, just size down, right? You know, that's the beauty of try-ons, guys. You get an idea of things, right? But yes, just a beautiful little sagey green. It's got those inside out seams that I really like. It's got the very interesting hem down at the bottom, similar to one that I've already showed you. It has the vertical stripes instead of the horizontal stripes. Vertical stripes are more slimming than horizontal stripes, just FYI. So if you're body conscious and you want to find things that make you look more slim than you are, patterns can play into that. And so wearing something that is vertical can be more flattering on larger body types as well. The brand is BB. It is, this one says polyester, rayon, and spandex. This one is a size medium in the color blush. Another t-shirt, I believe. Yes, another t-shirt. This feels like, it feels like cotton. It doesn't feel like polyester, but okie dokie. So just kind of an interesting crop at the bottom, which was another kind of a way that I like to see tops being broken up a little bit, is with some interesting hems down along the trims. This one is very pretty basic, very casual. I really like this material. I really do. It feels soft. It really feels soft. So if I zoomed in on up for you, you can see the texture of it. But so far, but try-ons is where it could all go wrong, right? I mean, look at last video. That last video was such an epic fail. I hope it was entertaining for you guys. I really do, because that one, that was a frustrating one. I don't think I have been ever so frustrated in a Temu haul as I was with that one, with as many fails that we had that day. But moving on, 2 more shirts. I did pick up, this one is a tank top. If I remember correctly, this is going to be a tank top. Size medium. Pole, POL is the brand. And here we have it. Cute tank top. And the flowers and all of the extra little details on it, even down to the patch in the back, which I really like. Even this, the raw seams on this is actually, I really enjoy the raw seams on this. And I know that these are going to fray. They're already fraying. If you can kind of see the edges fraying a little bit already. I don't mind that, and I think the more that I wash it, the more frayed it will become, the more character it will give it. I like how the, what do you want to call that material? Anyways, it's finished off nicely. It's hemmed off nicely so that this isn't going to unravel or fray. The brown color is kind of a greenish brown. It's like a distressed brown almost. I really like it. I really like this one. I know that these are going to be, again, very droopy in the arms and everything like that. I'm well aware of that. Hopefully it doesn't go down to my belly button, but I guess we'll find out. But again, I have a tank top on that I intend to wear with these. So let me show you the last top. All right, this last top. Oh, Wigshe USA, but made in Mexico. Color is oatmeal in a size medium. And for those of you who like a little bit of leopard print, who like a little bit of a pop of color, this one has got some neon colors in it. And let's see what material this is. Feels very cottony. Polyester and spandex. Made in Mexico. But we have buttons in the front. Straight in the back. I like the pink stitching around the patterns here and around the sleeves. I think it would have been cute if they did some pink stitching down at the bottom, But overall, I think this is going to be really cute. Again, it seems large, but we shall see. We shall see what they look like on. And then I have some shorts. Now, I'm going to link these in the description box. And if you go into that distributor, they have some of the cutest patterned pants and shorts that I have ever seen. And it was so hard for me to choose just two. I had to choose two to get the free shipping and also use some more of my like Temu Circle credit backs and all that. So let me show these to you. I can't wait to show them to you. And I did shave my legs for this. That's how excited I was. Our weather has been too cold to wear shorts, so I haven't shaved my legs. TMI. But I shaved my legs for this. I've been on the hunt for shorts that aren't too short, that are acceptable length, that my boutete and things are not going to fall out. Some tags just came out. Interesting. Customize your style. Valentine's Day for lovers. Mother's Day, a gift for holidays. Barcode that you can scan. Interesting. 75% cotton, 20% polyester, 5% viscose. Made in China. But anyway, okay, so I've been on this hunt for things that aren't going to be super tight or super short. And I found this. And also they're elastic. How could you go wrong with elastic? But look at the print. Look at the print, you guys. How adorable. Sewn in cuff, distressed pockets, kind of like a stonewash denim, drawstring. I did pick these up in a size large. I don't know why my color just changed. Why am I so orange? Auto adjust. Gotta love it. Last pair of shorts, last item to show you is another really cute one. Again, size large. Same brand. And look at these. Aren't those just adorable? Kind of looks like Winnie the Pooh, but not really Winnie the Pooh. Giving a girl a little smoochy smooch, holding some flowers. A little bit of distressing, sewn in cuff, pockets, elastic, and drawstring. Now let's get into the try-on portion of today's video. Fingers crossed this goes well. And we don't have a repeat. We're starting off strong, but things can also still go wrong. Okay, I can maybe see this top fitting a little bit more on theme with the whole idea of the boho oversizedness. If this was actually in the size I would normally get. This is a size small, as previously stated, and I think it may be a little bit too small for the fashion. I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. So for me, I think it fits a little bit too small for what I was kind of going for. So for me, I would have sized up if there was one available. The shorts. I'm kind of bummed about these shorts. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. They're cute, but there is no way in hex that these are large. There's no way. These fit like a medium, and they fit tighter than I was hoping for. I was hoping for them to be a lot more loose fitting. They're a good length. They're a fingertip length. So acceptable, mama approved length. But they run small. So FYI, if you're interested in these, they do run small. But so far, these two items are meh. Meh. Size-wise, we could have gone better, but overall, quality, A++. Okay, now we're talking. Medium, looks more like a poncho. Totally fine with that though. I'm totally fine with that though. I unbuttoned all of the buttons because it did look a little bit goofy with it being all buttoned up. This is the back with the hood. I like the droopiness of it. I like everything about it. This one is an A++. I mean, look at the pattern on it and all of the design features, all of the different materials that they have put together with this, the colors, everything about it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. I will most definitely be reaching for this one often. And the shorts. The shorts are, again, another size large, same distributor, same brand, but they fit much better. They have a little bit more room to give in here. They are not as skin tight as the other ones. I think between the two, I would be reaching for this pair more often. Again, fingertip length, mother approved. So all in all, these two pieces together are definitely a win. I decided to put my hair up into a low pony to make things a little bit easier. But here we have the next medium top t-shirt. I think even though when you first pull them out of the bag, they look a little bit on the big side, but once you put them on, the flowiness makes sense. It just makes sense. I think that the medium is perfect. So far, I will put on the other small next, and then we can kind of get an idea of why I think sticking with my size is better. But I love this. Nice and flowy. I love the texture. I love the color. I love the seams. I love, you know, the different material types that we have put together with this. All very, very pretty. Length of this is great. Again, these are going to be very flattering for a multitude of body types. So if you are uncomfortable with yourself and in your skin, or if you just don't like the idea of wearing something tight, these boho styles are very, very beautiful. Okay, so I totally forgot that this one, the super ultra flowy one, this one is actually the second small that I have. So if you remember how this one fit, if you like the way that this one fit with it being a small and not a medium, just an FYI on that one, this was the other small. So that mauve one and this one are the two smalls. Then everything else was the medium. So here is this medium top. So again, they seem to be a little bit big when you first pull them out of the bag. They just look like when you unfold them, they just look like wide, but it's the style. And I like the way that they hang. Some people call these bat wing arms. I like those. I like the print blocking on this. I like the different hem down at the bottom. I like the texture on this one. This one has got kind of a unique patterning to it. Again, they're very thin. They're very thin, and I would very highly recommend you wear tank tops with these, because I have a tank top on underneath this, and I think you can kind of see through. I think you can kind of see through my tank top here. So unless you're wearing like a very flesh tone bra, then you can kind of get away with that without having to wear a tank top underneath it. But I definitely wouldn't go stark white, and I certainly would not wear a black bra with this. Throwing it out there. But this is cute. This is cute. I like this one too. I mean, so far so good. So far so good. one pair of shorts and one top. If I could get them in a size larger, we would have been in like Flynn. Still have a couple more tops. Let's try those on. Okay, you guys. It doesn't go down to my belly button. Does not go down to my belly button. Close, but it doesn't. Would I size small and would I do a size small in this one? I really don't think I would. I really don't think I would. I like this. It's, again, it's the fashion. It's supposed to be oversized, right? Obviously, you'll wear a tank top underneath it. It's kind of a low high, so longer in the back, shorter in the front. I mean, obviously with these things, you can do your tucks. You can do, you know, all of that stuff. Maybe I wouldn't wear these tops with these shorts necessarily, but I like this. I like this. I like that I can air out my pits in this one. I mean, we can really air out the pits in this one, but it's cute. I like this one. I really like this one. Another great one. Most definitely oversized, but I still like it. I still like it. Would I size down to a smaller size? I still don't think I would size down to a smaller size. I really don't. I would not wear shorts shorter than this with this kind of a top. I would not do that. But I like this. I really like this. It's simple, but it has life to it. There's stuff to this that makes it not just a bland, boring top. It looks to be like a little bit of a distressed pattern. I don't know if you can kind of see that back here. It looks a little bit like more distressed. Maybe it got tapped with a baby amount of bleach by accident in the laundry, but I like that look. I like I said, the vertical and not the horizontal stripes, the inside out seams on this. I like that droopy drop shoulder, the bat wing, just everything about this. The additional seams here and the additional seams back here. The length is great. Super flexible in how you can wear something like this. Obviously half tuck, untuck. Again, maybe not wearing shorter shorts with this, because I mean, if you did that and you walk out into public, right, they're gonna think that you are the ultimate brave person walking around in the shortest dress ever. I do not like that look. That is not me. So if this kind of gives you an idea with my fingertips being where it is, me being on the taller side, kind of gives you an idea of how long this top is. But yeah, another great one. Here's our last one. Now with this one, I most definitely would not size down to a small. And the reason being is that it is a little bit tighter in this area. So I really feel like if I went down to a size small without staying in this medium, I would be a little bit uncomfortable here, because the top is a little bit tighter up here than it is down here. It's a little bit more loose and a little bit more flowy, a lot less flowy than some of these other ones, clearly, but it's a little bit more slim fitted than even the last t-shirt that I had showed you. So this one is definitely going to be one that if you are my size, don't size down, for sure. For sure. This is going to be another one that you can do a cute tuck with. Length of this, front and back, is great. This one, if you really wanted to be brave and wear those teeny itty bitty booty Daisy Duke shorts, you could. And people can still see that you're wearing something to cover your butt, but because it's a little bit shorter, but still a very great length. I do really enjoy this one. If you do like the cat print, if you do like some bright, vibrant colors, just a little touch of blues, yellows, pinks in there. I like that they did some buttons here. I do like this. I do overall think that these pieces are quality pieces. Probably the best quality I've seen on Temu, but then again, I've never really branched out into buying any of my Temu clothing from local distributors. So when I was reading to you the description of what the materials are made out of, obviously you can tell they're a little bit of a step above because it has less polyester, some more spandex, some more cotton, things like that. They do have tags in them. The stitching is better in them. The feel of the material is a lot better in them. Overall, can I say that the price matches the quality? Yes. Yes, it does. Overall, would I say experiment with the online shopping and continue doing that on Temu? I would probably say no, not necessarily, because again, you know, like I was saying, we want things to be flowy because of the trend, but we don't want it to be large. And some things I did get into a small, and one worked, one didn't, as well as I expected. Being able to try that on in store would be nice. It would be nice. But everything was also beautifully packaged. Things had tags. Things are brand named. So there's a lot of things that I found overall in these articles of clothing that I picked up that I would definitely say quality matches the price. But it's not something I would be able to do enough for you guys because it was pricey. It was pricey. It was over $100 for all of this. If I would have paid out of pocket, it would have been over $100, but that's certainly not what I paid for it. I had like $70 in return credits. I had $20 in Temu Circle credits. I had money to spend so that I could do this for you guys and just kind of recycling money. And then of course, price adjustment credits. So if this is something that you would like to get into, is shopping more clothing from local warehouse, I can say quality is better. Save your coin, maybe shop some of the thrift stores first. Make sure that you are really looking into your local warehouses to find, you know, a handful of items that you might like to avoid shipping and handling that $2.99 fee on every single parcel of clothing, so on and so forth. I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but I just wanted to let you know my experience in the local warehouse, purchasing, quality, size comparisons, all of that kind of stuff, so that you guys get a better idea of, if you're going to continue shopping through Temu with local warehouses, what you can expect. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on another video. If you are new here, I would love it if you considered subscribing and joining my crew. Also, don't forget to like, share, and comment. It helps me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye, guys.